Some people might have the curiosity.
No, no.
I mean, because
no. Well, then I'm telling people now that curiosity needs to be honed in a different way. It is disrespectful to go and ask a person, how many fingers am I holding up? That is
right,
disrespectful.
Right.
that
Just
is.
all out ask, what can you and can
That's what I'm talking
can't
about.
you
It's
do?
Yes.
okay
Like,
to
let's
ask
just
that.
have the
That's what I'm talking
conversation.
about. Exactly. Let's just have the conversation and
Do
just ask me
not.
what I can and what I can't.
Do
Do
not
not
put
ask
your
me
fingers.
how. Yeah, no, don't do
Don't
the
put your fingers in my face.
Well, here's this one too. If you're gonna ask me what I can and can't not see, don't argue with me and telling me you can see that or
Yeah, that too.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
because that gets annoying.
We face our problems every day. It seems they'll never fade away. The world may bring us down. Tonight we're gonna turn it around. So let's put it all on the table. Talk about it if you're willing and able. Life's love and insecurities and a laugh or two. Come and take a seat. So bring your concerns to us. Together we can discuss what's on your mind. No matter what you go through, just know we'll be here for you every time. Let's talk about it. Blind table talk. Let's talk about it. Blind table talk. We gotta be about it. Go ahead and walk the walk. So let's talk about it. Blind table talk. Let's talk about it.
Hey, y'all. Welcome back to Blind Table Talk Podcast. I am your host, Saida Victoria, a.k.a. Sassy Sy, your blind butterfly.
What's going down, y'all? I am your host, Fleeks, aka Blind Security, the Black King. What's happening with y'all?
Hey, we have another great episode for you this week, and just appreciate y'all so much for coming to sit with us again at the table. And thanks so much for your support.
Yes, indeed. We look forward to y'all listening to this episode and the wonderful people that we have sitting down with us. And of course, our wonderful interview that we're going to, display later. So, hey, before we get into it, we got to dot our I's and cross them T's. Let's get to it.
Yes, so visit our website, www.blindtabletalk.com, for those resources, upcoming events, and of course, to join our email list. And, I just want to speak on the email listing for a quick second, because we have a lot of things planned for our email subscribers coming up this year. So jump on the ship.
Jump on it. Let's get with it.
Yeah, so join the email list.
All right. And also don't forget about our YouTube channel, Blind Table Talk. We have all our videos on there, our uncuts, our full version of the interviews that you hear on the episode. So please like, subscribe, and share. You never know what you can win from that as well. Let's get with it, y'all.
Yes. And then I also just want to make sure, I know we had a whole episode about this, but our BTT awards, y'all.
Not the BET awards,
No.
but BTT awards, y'all.
Yes.
Like real talk. Let's get it.
Listen, I just thank you so much for those that have nominated individuals. We have so many great folks in our community, y'all.
Yes, we do.
Continue to send in those nominations, and let's recognize our amazingness, okay?
And be inspired.
Yeah.
They here. Like, come on, let's give the flowers now, y'all.
Yeah.
What I'm saying? A big salute.
Also, just be on the lookout if you are not already liking or following the Blind Table Talk business page on Facebook. We will be outlining and really detailing each award individually to help you guys kind of figure out who goes with what.
Mm-hmm. Who best fits for the categories.
And the direct link for the nomination form will be at the end of each of those posts. So at some point in time, there will be 10 different posts on there, one specific for every category. So, just go through our page, go through our news feed, and look at all the awards that are listed and pick one and just click directly on the link right there. You don't even have to go to the website if you do not feel the need.
All right, y'all. So, let's get with it. Let's get these nominated shit in. We looking
Yes.
forward to it. Let's give these our peoples, our agencies, you know what I'm saying, our community. Let's give them their flowers now and let's support, baby.
Yes, and shout out to, we're just going to get ready to jump right into our BVI roundtable. Shout out to Christina and Gloria for joining us at the roundtable.
Yes, indeed. And also a big shout out to E. Dunn for jumping on for our interview with the Right Here Company. I look forward to y'all listening to this. So, hey, without further ado, y'all know what to do. Let's get to it.
Blind table talking.
Welcome to our BVI roundtable segment. Hey, we got a good one for y'all.
Yes, we do.
And tonight, before we really jump into this, let me introduce the lovely ladies that I have sitting down with the table with me. You already know we have our beautiful, the host, the Miss Blind Butterfly, our Sassy. Of course, how you doing, love?
Hey.
Awesome. Right on. And of course, we have our boss lady. I know I like to call her boss lady, but you know, she holds us down all day long, all good. Christina, talk to us, love.
Hey, everybody.
And listeners, we also have a special guest. It's her first time sitting down with us. And we love that she's coming down. Miss Gloria, talk to us, love.
Hey, y'all.
Awesome. So, y'all here at the table for the night. Of course, you got myself, security all day long, Mr. Fleeks. And we about to rock it out for y'all. So, Sassy, let's jump with them.
Okay, but before we get started, I just have to make a little announcement because
drum roll.
Yes, so I just want to say happy birthday to our beautiful pod admin Christina. She had a birthday yesterday.
So she's a jolly good fella.
Happy
birthday! Hey, happy birthday, darling! For sure.
Happy birthday!
Thank you all so much.
Yes, we appreciate you so much, and just thank you for all you do for us. But just more importantly, just for being such a good friend as well. And happy birthday!
Yes,
thank
indeed.
you.
Right on, boss lady.
Happy birthday!
Thank you all so much. I absolutely enjoyed my day, even though I had to work. But yeah.
Sucks.
I got a wonderful, awesome meal. Yep.
For sure.
Hey. I had an awesome meal, and my son bought me some flowers yesterday. I like having kids that work, you know, they got jobs.
Right?
Exactly. Beautiful.
Yeah, so it was a beautiful day. I got so much love and shout outs on Facebook and everywhere else. So thank you all, everyone who sent me wishes. I really appreciate it all. Thank you so much.
Awesome.
Yes, indeed.
All right. So now we will get back to business. So for those of us, for our listeners that have listened to our past shows way back in the day, I mean, we do this every now and then, but we usually go over a few things that we would like for our sighted friends to know.
Yep.
And maybe even other BVIs might need to know some of this information too. Or how to address and handle certain situations of ways that they might be treated by others that don't understand.
Yeah, how to interact, how to be aware of it. You know, we're bringing all of it back. We told you it was going to be a part 2, a part 3. So here's our part 2.
Part 3, part 4, part 5.
You know, this is a topic that really never just ends and dies, and everybody needs to know about these type of things. This is so.
It does not. And you know, the thing about this one too, because Facebook, things go around Facebook all the time, right? There's always just different posts about blindness and stuff about on Facebook. So they're always floating around. So we just always decide to just kind of pick a couple and then just talk about them. But the bonus for this time is that we have part of our BVI community sitting at the table with us. So it's not just you
us.
And I,
right?
You know, we have 2 more additions to be able to speak on their experiences and what their thoughts are about the
more heads shall prevail, baby. Let's see what we talking about.
All right. So things that we wish sighted people would know or realize or whatever, however we want to call it. We know what it is, right? So the first one is, I'm not stupid. My eyes don't work like yours, but my brain works just fine.
Hello.
Thank you very much. So, all right. So I guess that is just, that kind of speaks for itself, but I just, wanted to touch on what that could mean for some people. Like, I'm not stupid. What does that mean? Well, I'm not stupid. That means don't talk to me like I'm slow, right?
Or like I'm a child.
Yes, that too.
Good one, Gloria. Good. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
indeed.
And so that is definitely one that, we just.
Or that little pity voice.
Oh my God.
I feel like that pity
Oh yeah,
is,
definitely.
it's like how, when you talk to a
baby.
sad dog or something, like, I'm not a helpless animal. Like,
The pouty face,
yeah.
like,
yeah, like,
yeah.
nah, I don't know. I just, like Gloria said, I'm not a child. I'm like, like I said, I'm not a helpless animal. My brain is fully functional. Like, what? Why we got to?
But that reminds me too, and that's what. And I'm glad you said that. And I forgot all about this, but when I was at my job one time, and the lady, I work at a place that is all BVIs, right? And so the way she was talking was, and you guys need to make sure that you know how to put your name on your resume, because that's what you're supposed to do. And I'm like,
oh wow,
why the hell is she talking like this?
Yeah. I remember that presentation. Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm just like, why? And so I felt like I had to clean it up a little bit. And I was like, you know what? Okay, you guys, we're not babies. Let's not act like we, don't know and we don't understand. Okay. Cause that's how I felt. Like she thought we were stupid. So, all right. So there's that. Any more comments on that one?
No, I think, that's like you said, that pretty much covered it.
Yeah, exactly. All right. I can hear perfectly well. No need to yell like you're hailing a taxi in peak traffic. So
that's the
what
one
y'all got on there,
crazy.
ladies?
I've definitely had that one. Let me tell you, like back when, I have a sister that's like 1.5 years older than me. We both have RP. And so a lot of times in school, people thought we were, twins. They would mix us up or whatever. But it was a set of twin guys that would call us hear no evil, see no evil. That was back when the movie was out, back in the day, And so they honestly associated our vision loss to not being able to hear. Like, that's crazy.
Hear no evil, see. Oh my.
Yeah. Yeah.
No, I always get frustrated with the people that be like, hey, you.
Yeah.
And I'm like, me?
Yeah.
Yeah. And I tell them, I said, I'm blind, not hard of hearing.
Yeah.
There we go.
That is true. And don't get me wrong. Here's the thing, though. There are people that are blind and hard of hearing.
Right. Exactly.
That's true.
But at the same time, you don't know. So don't just assume that we all can't hear. Because it's embarrassing too. You're sitting and we're right next to each other, and you're acting like I'm deaf, and that's just it's not.
So with that one, how sometimes, I don't know if you all have ever had this, but I've had an individual like kind of grab me by my one shoulder, and they position themselves in front of me, like, hold on, stop right here. And wait a minute. And it's like they have to talk straight to my face because they feel like that is the only way I'm going to hear what they're saying to me.
Yep.
Right.
Yeah.
Yes.
Not saying I'm not rocking with that. I don't like that at all. I'll
ask them, like, why are you screaming? I can hear you.
Yeah. Like, way to make it awkward. Like, let me make you feel uncomfortable for a second.
But what about the opposite, where you're, like for me, I was in the hallway in school, and it'd be packed, but people think because the hallway is packed that you just can't hear somebody say, oh man, look at that blind dude just standing there, like,
they're whispering around.
I don't think he know where you're going.
That's
why I just had to like turn my head and was just like, now I'm actually posted up reading this little book right now, just taking a break. I actually know where I'm at, but I appreciate you though.
Yeah.
And they just got like
they whisper loud.
Yeah.
Oh snap! He heard you. He heard you. I'm just like, boy, my people's boy. Like, you really think I can't hear you? Like, come on, baby. Like, even that, like talking too loud or talking too low, we hear y'all.
Yeah.
And it's not that we can hear better, we just train our ears to listen. So I mean, you thinking that we can't hear because we can't see, we actually, pretty much hear better than you because we pay more attention.
Our senses are less divided amongst each other. So of course, since we, not really using our eyesight the most, of course we're going to be able to hear other things that people are not paying attention to because they're looking at things, or, trying to, just being distracted with other things. So yeah, we can hear.
Well, it's natural. It's natural for a sighted person, to use their eyes. It's instant.
Right. Exactly.
You're going to use your eyes first. So that is going to take away from the hearing because so we don't have that
luxury
great sight to be able to look. So now we're using our ears. But if I was deaf before, I'm still deaf. But
hell, even me coming into the blind community, it was crazy because my doctors would come in and be like, "Oh, Mr. Fleeks, we just want to let you know." And I used to be like, "Damn, I realize I'm blind, but I can still hear you, doc. Like, I have no problem." And I used to put outside the door.
Hey,
I told my mama to write a letter. Please do not come in yelling.
Yeah.
Please don't come in yelling.
And you call yourself a medical professional?
Right. And it's like, please don't come in here yelling, man.
So our note for our sighted people listening, please don't yell at us.
Or don't think you whispering behind our backs. We can hear you. If you want to know, ask.
Yes. All right. Okay. The next one is I dress myself. Yes, my outfit is coordinated.
That is funny.
Who don't like
no, I got one for that one. I used to, when I would be in school, these girls would be like, "Why you always look so cute? Your outfits match and you wearing heels and you wearing this and you're blind. Or you dress better than me, but you're blind. Who picks out your clothes?" I said, "Me."
That is so true. That's exactly
because they always think like you're not supposed to be put together because you're blind.
Yeah, that's
cute.
The craziest thing.
Yes.
Be fly as a gentleman.
Yeah.
Like, that's the craziest
I mean, I
thing.
guess that's what they say. You don't look blind because you put together.
Yep.
I mean, you don't got that look. I guess
that has to be the craziest thing because I asked like, what does
that's what I was just about
like?
to say. Side note. What the hell does a blind person look like?
Man,
I guess
you don't look blind, bro.
Blind is supposed to look like, I guess, kind of homely and needy,
tacky,
like
mismatched.
Where we're expected to have some stains here and there and some holes, 2 different shoes on.
Yeah,
and,
or this color that don't match with this color because a sighted person not about to put these tacky colors together. Wrong. People are tacky. So you know what I'm saying? Like,
but the thing is too, some people have that style. Some people like, they intense
mix match. Yeah.
Yes, exactly. So it's just like, because I like to be color coordinated and I'm able to do so. And guess what, y'all? It's the 22nd century. We got devices now. iPhones, color identifiers.
But here's the other thing too, though. Again, I don't know if this is on. Well, no, that first one, I'm not stupid, right? Because if I have a shirt, even if I'm at the store buying the shirt and they tell me that it's red, I'll ask the worker, what color is this shirt? If I'm by myself, this is a blue shirt, this is a red shirt. When I get home, I'm going to still remember and know that this is a red shirt. This is a blue shirt.
That you bought,
Because I'm going to be able to say, I tell my daughter all the time, go in there and get me that red shirt. That's just me being lazy, right? But get the red shirt. I know what shirt I'm talking about, right? And so when I put it on, I know what matches. I know that, what colors to not wear or whatever it does. But here's the thing. What I'm not going to do is go out there and have somebody be able to say, "Oh, poor thing, she blind, so she can't match or she can't dress cute." Or
blind people are people too, and we like fashion.
Yes.
There you go.
We probably purposely make sure we look better just for that reason, so you won't think that,
Because I don't want that to be the first thing I have a stain on my shirt, and the first thing you say, "Oh, it's because she can't see."
She's blind. Yeah, because she's blind.
It takes away from who I am. You can't see anything else about me because you saw my first presentation was that I wouldn't put together right.
Right, exactly.
Especially having that white cane in the hand, like that's one thing they're expecting for you to look. It's just displaced and out of order. So it's like, no, I refuse to have myself looking like that. We can be presentable, you know what I'm saying?
And I'm sorry, but I know quite a few sighted people who cannot dress.
Oh my God. Wait a minute. Hold up. Just today, my 6-year-old who can see, there's nothing wrong with him. He came home this evening to say, Mom, I did not know I had 2 different shoes on today. And I'm like, what? Like, how did that happen? Like, he does have, his dad buys him a lot of Adidas, and they feel the same, and I have to look at them to see the different color on them. But like, he literally had 2 different shoes on today. Like,
I'm excited. We all do it, but of course, he gets a pass. Well, because he's 6, but he also gets a pass. And nobody is like, oh my God, because he's blind, he had on 2 different shoes.
Yeah.
Or the ladies that'll wear like one black heel and one dark blue one. And they'd be like, oh yeah, the colors were so close together. And they just laugh it off.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. Because, by the way, I have done that before.
Look, I'm about to say, hold on. So I got to give a side story because I haven't always been in this blind community. It happened to me at 16. So knowing kind of some of these little stereotypes, one of my things coming into the community, I was like, you know what? I'm going to do everything I said. I had all my shoes were kind of the same, but different colors. So I would have one black Reebok on and have one white Reebok on. I have one white sock on, have another black sock on. I have like some white shorts on and I put on a black t-shirt. In a way, it still come out the match, but people would be like, you have a different color shoe on. I'm like, yeah, I'm representing both races. This is my style.
Just
to like,
just in case, your expectations are there for you to not know what you're doing.
Because this was the very beginning of my game, so my blind skills of like kind of remember the texture or remembering what is what. It was kind of new to me, so I was like, you know what, just for the offset, I'm just going off that opposite anyway. You know what I'm saying? Just to build that confidence for me. So even if I do step out, like sometimes I go to the corner store and I'm just grabbing a t-shirt. That t-shirt I might have a lime green t-shirt on, but most of the times I might have some blue shorts on. All right, so what? I'm out there. I got black shoes on. It's cool. Like, I'm still.
It's not the end of the world. We're going. Right. We can still dress casual too.
As long as I got some clothes on,
Yes.
Exactly. So I just want to let that be known. Like,
well, I think that would have been more okay for you to walk out wearing all your different colors because you're blind. So nobody's going to trip off of that as a sighted person. It's when
they're not going to trip on it. They're just going to feel bad about it. Though.
Yeah, and that's what they kept saying. It was like, man, you want us to help you? I was like, no, I actually did this purposely.
Yeah,
it's like, oh wow. And then it's like, okay, that's kind of cool that you was able to do that. I was like, well, cool. I'm glad you see it that way. But no, I did this purposely.
Let me tell you, that's a big thing too, as a parent as well. Like I purpose to make sure that my kids are together on that way.
Match, dress right.
Because that's the main thing they're gonna say is that poor kid,
blind.
Your mama's blind, can't even take care of her kid. Like she don't need those kids, stuff like that. So my baby, he know his colors too. So he's another device that I use.
Representation of you and the household. Yes.
What color is this, sir?
and two, at the end of the day, with that, even if they don't match, they're still clean and they're still and that's another thing. But
you know what?
Magnifiers still put on us though.
Little kids automatically do like crazy stuff. I don't know if you have those kids that they want to wear their favorite cowboy boots today, and they may have something that's completely opposite from what would match with those boots, but kids will do that. Like they will throw fits and everything because they're not leaving the house without that.
I had my daughter, and this is a side note, I know, I'm sorry, but I had to say, when my daughter was 4, she had this, I don't know, it was like, I called it a wedding gown. It was just this big ass dress that was just, and she wore it everywhere. And if I changed her, she had a fit. So I just said, F it, like, just put it on. Come on, let's go.
Exactly.
So she walked around in this ballroom gown. It was this flippity, it looked crazy as hell. She would put on tennis shoes. She just looked a hot mess. And so I had to sometimes I just left her home because I'm not taking you with that dress. I don't want to deal with you.
I think also sometimes we have like our favorite garment. Like for me, coming into the whole blind community, I was like, it was a favorite hoodie that I love that hoodie.
Yeah,
I'm wearing this hoodie all day long.
It's got like
and don't have nothing to do with the colors.
No, it had like I'm not the shirt under what I have under my hoodie. Everything matches, but the hoodie is not matching anything else. But I'm wearing this hoodie though because I love this hoodie. I love the way it feels.
Yeah,
it was a big hoodie. You know what I mean? So I mean, I think a lot of us do that as well, and we jump out there in the community, and people want to look and be like, oh man, they're not. But sighted folks do the same thing. I have partners who. That's all they do is wear that one jacket. I was like, bro, I'm gonna get you another jacket, dog. Like, nah, bro, I love this jacket.
A lot of people always use that saying that I put on my pants one leg at a time. They use that in a description of power, right? Because they try to say, I'm equal to you. But this it's still relevant even in this situation, like don't downplay me just because I'm blind. Like I literally put my pants one leg at a time, just like you. Yep. Like, don't ask me how I got dressed. The same way you did this morning.
Same way you did before I say something else. Huh.
So, all right. Okay. So sighted people, just to note, blind people can be fashionable. We can dress. Some of us don't. But let me tell you, if they didn't care about it before going blind, they're not going to care about it going blind. So
they're really not.
That doesn't matter. And,
be careful how you ask that question. They might tell you something smart. So,
And another thing, we wear heels too, by the way. I wear heels all the time. So don't feel like people that think it's so amazing that we wear heels. It's
amazing.
And you got sneakerheads in this community. Don't get it twisted. We love Forces, Air Maxes, all that good jazz. Hirachis, we know the shoes. So just like they know heels, we know sneakers. Don't.
All right. So the next one is, speaking of, we were just talking about this. I look after my own child, believe it or not. Being blind doesn't cancel out being a capable and loving parent.
Real talk. How y'all feeling?
Always, because they're quick. Like when you get ready to get out of Uber with your kids and they know you're blind, the first thing they say is, "Take care of your mama." No, he's a kid. I wouldn't trust him taking care of me.
Oh, good point. I forgot about. I cannot stand when they do that. Like you got my child and you're telling them to, you're doing such a good job taking care of your, and I'm like, no, that's not his job. His job is to be the child. I'm the parent. I look after my child. I watch my kids. I don't have somebody that lives with me that can watch my kids for me because I can't see.
And actually bring your kids over here. I'll watch them too.
Yeah, exactly.
Probably better than you.
Yes.
Man, just side note, do y'all remember like it was a few years ago, it was a big deal. This one chick got on the Breakfast Club and
about the babysitting.
We're talking about babysitting and such.
Yeah.
And they tore her apart.
Yes.
I wonder if that's still the same now. Because it's they didn't have no awareness.
A lot of them still were like, no, I wouldn't let her watch my kids. Now, I don't know that young lady, just kind of listening to the maturity of her or whatever. Like I may have judged her more so on that as opposed to her being legally blind. Mm-hmm. I was a nanny at one point. I kept other people's kids.
Well, I think for that, and it's the same thing, because look, as a parent, right? Whoever watches my kids, it is not a blind or sighted thing, because I have some blind friends that I will leave my kid with all day long, but I also have some blind friends I am not leaving my child with.
Mm-hmm.
Period.
Sighted as well.
For sighted. I got some sighted friends I'll leave them with, and some sighted friends I'm just not doing it.
It is so. It's knowing that person, and the fact, but the ignorance came when they just like, there's no way I'm leaving my child with a blind person, and that should not have been said.
As
that's
if
not
we're
the
not
statement.
Capable, and that's
and the crazy part, because they got all their viewers to come on and back them up on that. They literally every call, the people were calling in on different issues, and they would make sure to ask them in the end, hey, would you let your child, a blind person watch your kid?
Yeah. And that's why this question is beautiful, because it's letting our listeners and people around like, Hey, because we blind does not mean we're not capable of being a good parent, a protective parent, a provider parent, a parent with love. Like we love our children, we protect our kids, and it's a representation of us.
And we're gonna leave that there because I am gonna say this. We do have a BVI roundtable coming up for parents, and we're going to be discussing all of this stuff on that. So listeners, stay tuned for that. We are going to have a roundtable full of BVI parents, and we're going to have open discussions, and that is going to be an exclusive on our YouTube channel. So sorry for the shameless plug, but hey.
Oh, hey, salute. We had to plug it up. You already know, so hop on our YouTube channel. So
yes,
on to the next.
Exactly. So, all right. I love adventure. Life isn't just black and white for me. I seek out color, excitement, just like everyone else. So,
absolutely. We love traveling. We love. I love ice skating. That's one of my favorite things to do. Me and my sisters and stuff. We had what we call a whole little rollerblading team when we were kids. That's back when the Airborne was out, and like we got a bunch of blind people riding down the street with their rollerblades on. Like what? We was having a ball. Like that don't stop us.
It does not. I've done zip lining. I'll never forget when I bungee jumped because I said, oh, well, I can't see. I can do that very easily. Right. So, but again, I go back to number one. I'm not stupid. I still, as I'm going up, I'm realizing that I'm going up almost, and I'm like 100 feet up there, and my stomach was I wanted to throw up, right? And it was so funny because he was like, when I count to 3, you're gonna jump. He counted to 3. I did not jump. He said, okay, let's try it again. When I count to 3, you're gonna jump. And I did not jump. He said, I'm gonna count. I said, let me just tell you right now, you're gonna have to push me because I'm not jumping. And so he's like, okay, on the count of 3, I'm gonna push you. I said, but it was so, and even though I could not look down and see, I'm not stupid. I knew I was 100 feet up.
Yes. Even if I could see, I probably would have had my eyes closed. Like,
exactly. But that was one of the most, but again, that's something I only needed to do once just to prove I could do it. It's not something I'm out there doing every month because it's not, it was a scary feeling, but I did it. And, again, we like adventure too. There's things that we do that, others may not do.
So for me, it's crazy that you even talk about that because I'm all about adrenaline seeking. Like I love the rush. So even for me, I've gotten on a skateboard, being totally blind, trying to still keep that type of thing. I've rollerblade in the middle of the street. I've ran into parked cars, but hey, it is what it is. I've got on a bike. I've done
a lot of like riding bikes.
Yeah.
And then running into parked cars.
Exactly.
But it was so fun. I pick my bike up and keep riding.
Keep going. I've even had my friend. I've drove it in my car. I wouldn't recommend this to y'all, but like I said, I've just done things that's just very adventurous. I've jumped off of a 250-foot skinny pole that just had a little platform.
Hold on, because we're talking adventure. So we need to. This is safety now because you doing stuff that sound like it's.
I'm not saying like everybody gotta go do what I do.
I guess it was adventurous to him.
Extreme,
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But I love adrenaline. I love adventure. I'm rock climbing pretty much. I'm going hiking. Like I'm doing all that. Like totally blind. I'm fishing. I've been hunting. I've had the rifle in my hand, knowing somebody else is on the side of me shooting. I don't care. I'm about to try to shoot. Like, I'm still going to live life. I'm still going to be adventurous. I'm still going to get out there. I'll go jump in the middle of the ocean and go swimming still. Like, I'm not afraid. It's not about to stop me. Like, no.
Yeah, I remember doing that. We went on a lake. I was in a boat and we went on the lake and everybody was jumping out the boat. We're in the middle of the lake and I was like, oh, I want to jump in. Well, no, you can't jump in. You can't see. I said, boy, we have nothing but water around us. What is wrong with you? So I jumped in the lake, right? Then I wished I wouldn't because Number one, the boat got kind of far and I had to swim to find. I was like, oh, heck no, where is this boat at? And so
did they start saying, come this way?
Yeah, that's what they, yes, exactly. So then I'm like, so this is not a matter of, it's not dangerous. I know how to swim, but I'm like, damn, that boat's getting further. Like my arms is getting tired. I'm like, this is
you got to turn
crazy.
on your back and just float to it.
Right. So I kind of just chilled for a minute. Like I wasn't just being, out of breath, out of shape. And then the other thing that freaked me out though, and this is not a blind or sighted thing, is like, I didn't know what the hell was at the bottom of that lake.
Yeah. That's my thing.
It was scary like that.
I don't do snakes and fishes and all that kind of stuff. I don't need
you can't let yourself be mind by it. It's a lake, baby.
I know. I just started thinking about like all the movies about, things that come and suck you up from the bottom and stuff.
Shit, I done jumped off the tree like in a movie. I done jumped off the tree into the lake and my boy was like, boy, I can't have you do that no more. You're going to hurt yourself. I said, oh yeah. All right, I went up further. I found a little cliff, jumped off that bad boy. He was screaming to Gloria. He's like, boy, you are crazy. I'm like, nah, man, I'm not about to let this stop. If y'all could jump off the cliff, I can too. Like, what?
All right. So there you go, y'all. I mean, blind people, maybe not as extreme as Mr. Blind Security over there, but
hey, we out here.
We like to have fun and do adventurous things too. Oh, skiing. Don't forget skiing. We ski too.
Yep, they got the ski for life, snowboard and all that. It's out here, baby. We do it. They got blind skaters, rollerbladers now, everybody
horseback
on the
riding.
I done done that, the horseback riding. Yeah.
Absolutely.
It's out here, baby.
I know people that like to, get in those fast cars and like just be driven like the race cars.
No, I want to drive it myself though. I want somebody in the side on me. See, that's how adrenaline I am. I just want to push that bad boy to 200.
They do have those though. Like and the other side has a person in it with the brake thing on it too.
Yeah, I just want to push it. That's it, like a drag race. You know what I'm saying?
But I will say this about the horse riding, you guys, because when we were to go, it was like a trail ride where you sit on this slow little horse and you just like kind of trot along. I'm like, no, I want to get on a horse and go fast and like race it. You know what I mean?
Bounce
like
up and down and
exactly.
Hold on.
I don't want this trail line that my grandma can walk next to me with, and we on the trail path. That's not the kind of horse ride I want to do. So that's on my bucket list, though. I just want to like ride a horse wild. So
I want to go hike by myself, camping. I just want to see if I could do it. Just me.
Like survive by yourself in the
nobody. I don't want nobody. I just want to go myself.
That's a good one. I would. Yeah, that's a good one.
I go camping like sometimes, usually about once a year. My kids go twice a year, so I can't say I will go by myself.
Yeah, not dropped in the middle of the woods.
Yeah, just drop me off.
Oh, so you need to be on Naked and Afraid.
Yeah.
Oh man, I love that show. I would love to be. I think I can get like a 14% like survivor rating. You know what? Let me see. Now y'all getting me off topic. On to the next one.
All right, on to the next one. All right. Okay. I use technology. I've got apps, tools, and devices that help me navigate the world. Honestly, I might be techier than you.
Man.
I was going to say that right now. Let me tell you, I was on with a guy today at work, and he was trying to open a file, and I was telling him, hey, it's popping up as a PDF. Like, do you have a pop-up blocker on? He's like, I don't know. Why would I have that? So I'm telling him where to go, to select allow, So he did that, and then he couldn't find where the file was. After that, he's like, I don't see it. So I had to give him my shortcut keys, which is just a Windows shortcut key.
Yeah,
how to open up his file explorer and find these files. Yeah. And I'm literally like giving this guy computer training over the phone, and I was just like, oh wow, like these people are crazy, and they don't even know that I'm on the other line using JAWS, telling them about the same stuff they can see on their screens, like, oh, okay.
Right. Well, you know what? These things on these phones, like there's things like I have family members, my cousin, my mom, like they're like, oh, I don't know how to order Uber. I don't know how to do that. I don't know how to go on the bank and send cash up. They don't even know how to do any of that. And there's nothing wrong with their eyes. So like, why are you handing the blind person the one to do it? Why? Because I am more skilled and trained to use my phone. Whereas others may take that for granted. It's just a phone. They don't use it as a tool or a lifeline. My phone is a lifeline for me.
I will say my family members, because they've seen us use so much of the technology, they use it sometimes. Yeah. Like if they got a long message that comes through, they're like, I'm not gonna read that. Turn over
I know my sister will be like, oh, I can understand your jaws. You know, yeah. Been around it for so many years.
Yeah, they know how to work it with the voiceover on and all that stuff. They know how to work my phone.
I know she'll be like, why are you not double tapping? I'm like, I am.
Yeah.
Now she sound like Coach Lightweight.
And then I'm thinking to myself, how are you telling me how to use assistive technology?
Yeah, exactly.
She done been around it so long and heard it so much. She's like, man.
And you know what, too, guys? Let's not forget about our GPS, our maps, our navigation, because I will never forget the Uber driver who we were downtown. It was 0.3 mile trip, right? And I still turn my map on so that I can make sure we're going the right way or in case they get lost. So he's getting over to the left lane and I'm like, you're supposed to make a right here. And he's like, no, I go follow my, I'm sorry, I have to do the accent. I go follow my, and I said, no, but I know you have to make, you can't even see. I said, sir, I have my navigation on. I know which way to go. So come to find out, he's trying to get, a few extra miles in because he's already mad that it was such a short trip. So now you think you're going to take me around so I actually reported that trip too, because I knew you were supposed to make a right. The thing said make a right. Why is it that you're over there on the left? There's no reason for you to make a left. And so, maps, people, I want to suggest this is supposed to be for our sighted people, but for our BVI community, do not be afraid when you're in an Uber, when you're anywhere, even in a car with family and friends, put your GPS on, get your own directions. And that way, not only that, that's how I learned the city too. That's how I learned where I'm at. I learned freeways. I learned street names. I learned different things because I can't see these streets. I can't see that you're making a left at Taco Bell.
But I can feel it. If you think I don't know where I'm at by feeling,
now hold on, Joseph. We gotta clarify that because I've had too many people ask me, do we count the bumps in the road?
No,
in order to tell.
It's not about counting the bumps in the road,
right?
It's a combination of what I Sassy just said and what I'm talking about now. It's you pulling out the GPS and allowing yourself to hear it being tracked, and as you're hearing like, okay, right turn here on North Freeway, you'll feel like that them kind of converging, coming from the location you're coming from. And if you do this, like I go to the gym a lot, so Metro Live kind of really takes the same route a lot. So when I put it on and they're making their turns, I'm like, okay, hey, my man, go ahead, go down. It's the next turn, and they be like, you know where you at, huh? I'm like, well, I can feel it, like, it becomes a part of you. It's like an internal clock.
Right, because sometimes the road will curve a little bit, or after you make a certain amount of turns, hey, this is what's coming up next, stuff like that.
And as far as counting bumps, let me tell you, if I had a girlfriend that lived in an apartment complex, it was freaking huge, but I did used to say after the 5th speed bump.
Now that I will count the speed bump, but no, they literally think we count
it's too many bumps in the road.
I prefer that than like go so many blocks and turns, so many turns, then the north south, then the cardinal direction.
The landmark. If you hit that pothole, I know that pothole is there.
I mean, you know how many potholes there is.
You just gonna go down there and you just gonna hit this little block right there. It's gonna be like a shifted sidewalk. Once you hit that,
and I probably never saw it because I missed it the whole time.
Yeah. The whole time. Have y'all? But see, for me, it's also like, I've been in paratransit a lot. And so I get to the point where I look up because I maybe got into my book or a movie or something. And I'm just like, wait, we're riding a little bit too long. Hey, sir, you said we was going straight. Hold on, where you at? and then they'll tell me, I'm like, oh, man, okay, you can go this way, man, because you kind of went out the way, or, what I'm saying? Have y'all ever been able to feel it that way?
Yeah, but paratransit, though, let me tell you. Well, I don't know about other cities, so don't come for me. But Our paratransit, their GPS system, and they will all tell you in a heartbeat that their GPS system, their navigation thing sucks. Okay. And so I have had a driver turn theirs off and allow me to use mine.
That's what I was going to say. I like
and
when
have
they do
me
that.
tell her which way to go. Okay.
Yeah.
You know, in 500 feet, make a right, you know, and so I will have mine in my ear and I will be it'll be telling me which way to go. And I'll tell, because no, you got to be prepared for that, you know, just in case. You never know.
I prefer that, like in the Ubers, when they allow me to tell them, because especially if I'm going back and forth to work every day, I know the fastest way to get me home.
Yeah.
You know, so don't tell me that you got to, you know, follow the GPS when I know that GPS is taking you right into the midst of traffic, you know?
Yeah. But drivers don't expect that from everybody, because I have been asked, like, what's the best way to go? It's 5 o'clock traffic. But I don't know. I don't care. Just take me home. But I don't, but some people do know. But I don't know enough to be able to say, oh, take other things. But I have been with blind people that will say, 610 is crowded up right now. You need to go down 59, or, you know, they'll just give you a different route to take. I don't know. I've been here 10 years. I still don't know it like that. But
also, just to talk about these apps, like, since we're talking about these phones, I need my listeners and my society, my community out there to know that, yo, these phones have come a long way to, you can give me a flyer now and I'm going to be able to read it. Don't hesitate. Don't be scared. Don't not include me. Like, if you see me, if you see a blind person around, hey, hand them a flyer. It's okay. They can read it with the phones. Trust and believe, we can take a good little picture and boom, right there, it's going to read it to us. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's multiple ways for us to be included.
Works wonders.
Yes.
It works wonders in many ways. We got Be My Eyes, we got CNAI, you know,
Ira,
all these different apps that we have that makes us included and you know, and allows us to be included. So you can, you know, flyers, PDL, hell, if you just want to write your number down, like, trust and believe, all that good jazz, we're one, just like y'all, you know what I'm talking about? So just treat us as one. Come talk to us. Be involved.
Don't write your number down for me, though, because I ain't got time for that. I will lose it. You just put that mug in my phone. I'm not dealing with that.
I'm a little old school. I might pull out the beeper for you. I might pull out the beeper for you. You know what I'm saying? I'm a little old school. Right? So if you want to write your number down,
put it in a text message.
Yeah, text me. Yeah, let's just text me. Let me. Yeah, I ain't got time for that. Yeah. So.
And then tell me how I met you, because I might forget.
Yeah, say who I am. Wait, no, but that's funny, because I when I do that, when I send it, and I'll be like, "This is the blind girl you met," type of thing. Like,
I do that.
That is true, because it's like they probably haven't met the other ones are very
true. I'm probably the only blind person they met. So I'm like, I'm the blind one. So I do that with my nail in my nail shop. I don't do it anymore because now she knows me. In the beginning, I'm like, or when I call to make an appointment, I'll be like, this is a blind girl, and hey, Peter, you know. So sometimes.
Well, that's how they refer to you too. It's not by your name usually. It's like, the blind
girl,
blind person.
You know,
exactly.
That's funny, because I actually start referring to a lot of my homeboys when I would just meet them, like out here just washing cars and stuff like that. And we would meet for the first time. I'm like, hey, man, it's that blind boy. You remember me, man, around the corner?
Yeah.
Oh, what's going down? I'm like, yeah, man, it's the blind dude, man. I'm just out here just chilling, man, just trying to, you know what I'm saying, get my little hustle on, dog. So it happens that way. You know, we use his words, y'all, and so we letting y'all know that it's safe to.
And it's okay to use the B word.
I was gonna say we're comfortable with it, like it is what we are. Like what?
It's okay to use the B word. I'm blind. Yes, that's yes.
But so many apps, and we are a lot more techie than a lot of you guys. I mean, we can tell you how to really do some things in the background on Microsoft Word, on Outlook, you know, like most of the people really don't know that you don't really need your mouse to navigate the computer. A lot of you
I taught some of my sighted coworkers like keystrokes for computers, and they just it makes it a lot faster. I said, I know, huh?
It sure do, because that mouse
You
gets
know what?
stuck.
I like doing it sometimes when sighted people are trying to look at your computer, and I jump everywhere. You know, I'm alt tabbing, doing this and this app, go to this
they
app.
can't keep
They can't keep up. They like, wait a minute, what is? And then I have my screen enlarged too because I'm using Fusion, so part of the screen is blocked anyway. You can't see the rest. They don't know what I'm doing. They like, look, I'm not even gonna look no more.
What you get them is when they actually look you on a website and you got your screen reader, the JAWS reading, and it's like, wait, what? What is it reading? Because I'm
I know they were like, how you
I'm
understand
seeing
that?
here, but sounds like I don't. What it's saying, I don't see it on the page. I'm like, nah, it's up here at the top, but it's okay. It'd be like that.
When your screen curtain is on your phone, they'd be like, your phone's not on. And because I'm sitting here flicking, they're like, it's not on. I'm like, it's on.
Yeah,
no,
I think they think we're crazy. Then
yeah,
like she's pretending to she's talking to somebody on the phone. Like she ain't even on
no, it's not. Her phone's not on. Like, no, it's to keep people like you from reading what I'm doing. That's what I'm on.
Yeah, because I have a niece that can read messages across the room. Okay, so
yeah, exactly.
You gotta keep your screen off. You know,
not read messages from across.
Yeah, she will tell me like my phone could be turned the opposite direction. She will tell me who's calling me.
Well,
like literally.
She trying, God, dog. Okay. Anyway, all right. On to the next.
On to the next. Okay. I enjoy the little things, the smell of coffee, the sound of laughter, the feel of the sun on my skin. I experience life fully, just differently. So
absolutely. I think that is kind of pertaining to like, you know, maybe going on vacations and stuff. Like you think the scenery of a beach and somebody will say, well, you can't even fully enjoy it. Like we receive. So that's just like just looking at a piece of art. Everyone sees different things in a painting, right? So, you know, same thing with us on vacation. We see different things than what you see. We smell the ocean. We feel the breeze. You know,
the sand.
We pay attention to the things you don't
think. Blind people like to just hang out and have a good time. They always feel like they think like we're always working or we can't enjoy things. Because I know a lot of people, and I've even, I've experienced like your sighted peers won't ask you to do things because they don't think you enjoy it.
Like that big one. We're going to the movies. You can't see it. So how are you going to watch the movie with us? Like, I can watch a movie, okay? I just watch it differently than you.
That's audio description in the movie theaters, y'all.
No,
so
and no,
you can invite us out to the movies.
No, for sighted people, most movie theaters do have they have devices for us that we put on and we hear. For those that don't know what audio description is, it is the talking during those silent parts in those movies. There is a voice that comes in and tells us what is going on in that silent time.
Yeah, describe the silent scenes for
which I loved. I will never forget what I've seen. Do you guys remember Alex Cross? Who was it? Denzel Washington did a movie called Alex Cross a few years back, and it's one of those suspense type of movie. So I went there and there was no audio description and half of that movie is freaking silent. Okay.
Yeah.
So I was in that theater and I actually put a book on because I could not, like, there was just too much silence. So when I went back and watched that movie with audio description, I was like, oh my gosh. And, he is searching through the doors and finds a piece of paper. Okay, I would never have known that happened if not for audio description, because I'm just sitting there and all I hear is just the music.
Yeah.
But that Alex Cross movie was kind of
quiet.
Yeah, Tyler Perry had a lot of those scenes. Yeah.
Or it'd be like those action movies where it seems like 1,000 things.
Oh yes.
Like John Wick. I love John Wick, but it has to have description. I've even tried to listen to John Wick without it. I'm just like, you know what? No.
I'm so
lost. All you hear is pow, pow, pow.
Yeah. Some of those movies, I'm just like, I don't know why they even do that, because like some of those, I hope no one with like epilepsy goes in there, because it's like I see the stuff flashing across the screen so fast, and there's so many different lights and so much going on. I'm like, that's gonna cause somebody to seize or something. It's crazy. So I don't know how they watch it, but
but we do enjoy life. Like for the longest time when I was in college, I used to have like a lot of my friends used to hit me like, man, I don't know if this is disrespectful or not, but yo, we all going out bowling. You want to come? I used to be like, stop asking me like it's a pity thing. It is not disrespectful. Yes, I want to go.
Yeah,
and I'm about to kick y'all ass in bowling because I can bowl. It's like, oh, okay,
I do.
well,
I
you brought a new energy
too.
with it. Like, oh yeah, I love bowling. Like, I can, so it's just different things like that. Even one time, of course, a lot of my experience is dealing with school. And so we decided to take a break, and they was just like, man, you know what? It's been a long day. It's like, man, we just gonna go to the zoo for a little bit.
Oh man.
And they was like, do you want to come? Like, we don't know. I was like, stop. Yes, I'm there. Like, I don't care about, like, I can still touch an animal, but it's the fact that sometimes, the zoo stinks, but being with people, smelling the animals, like, it gives me the different feeling. Like, man, this is cool.
Well,
I'm on about,
you just appreciate being a part of a group and being thought about, and people understanding that you can enjoy more, and you're not just a blind person.
There we go.
There you go.
Right
and
there.
Not that because, and then again, it's personal preference. Don't invite me to no zoo. I don't want to go to a zoo sighted. So it's what we like. And you guys, I'm just not, especially living in Houston, I don't do anything outdoors. If it's a completely indoor zoo, I would go, but because it's outside, so everybody is not the same, but it's all individual personalities.
You'll go to the aquarium.
Yeah. Exactly. I'll go to because that's indoors. But don't automatically think a blind person doesn't want to go. And if they don't, it's not because they're blind.
No.
Right. It's their preference.
It has nothing to do with it.
Yeah, because I will definitely say the four of us that are visually impaired in my family is 4 sisters. Like, we have definitely, I think, experienced life a lot more than our sighted siblings. They call us and they're like, what are y'all doing? And we're not at home today, we're here and we're there, and they just like, where are y'all at today? Like, really? Sit down somewhere. We're always really enjoying ourselves and making sure to not let life pass us by.
And that brings me to our next one. Okay, I am breaking stereotypes every day. I prove that disability isn't an inability.
It ain't.
It's an ability. If you're not sure on what I can do, just ask.
That's it.
That's why I always say there's no such thing as a stupid question.
Yeah.
Yes, absolutely.
And assume.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So
I don't mind explaining at all. Like, let me educate you.
Yes.
Yeah. And so that is,
you don't know what you don't know,
Exactly. I always say that is a very good phrase. It says you don't know, and asking, I will feel a lot more included, because that's what it's about, inclusivity, right? I will feel more included if you find out and ask the questions that you might need to ask to determine who I am.
Yeah.
And I would tell people too, like, for some things I may not even have the answer, but we can figure it out together,
Yeah.
And I'm the queen of questions, so I'm okay with a question.
Exactly.
I like the whole title of differently able instead of just disabled, because I guess this would mean that I'm unable, to do pretty much,
Right.
But I'm differently able. That means I'm able to do it. I just do it a little different than what you do it. So
I do it differently.
So, I'm glad that you allowed me to bring this up. It's one thing that I've had done to me a lot since I actually became blind. And I've even had like some of my friends do it. I've had family do it. I've had strangers do it because they just don't believe, in my blindness or that how blind I am. So they'll be like, "What, you over here faking? How many fingers I'm holding up?" And I just be like, "Come on, bro! Like, really, we got to do this." And with my friends, I love them, but I'll be just as sarcastic back because I felt like they're asking me a crazy question.
Me too.
So I'll be like, I don't know. You tell me how many fingers is this while I'm rubbing on my eye, and the finger that we are.
I do the same thing. Like, you tell me how many fingers am I holding up, and they just look at you like,
I'm just like, how many of them do you want to have left after you hold them up? You know, like.
But I've also been in like walking in a class with a group of my friends, and the guy, I don't know, he was like a little crosswalk type of thing, and I don't know if he was just trying to see what was going on or if, like what I was doing. He was like, "Are you okay, sir?" And like waving 3 fingers in my face.
Oh my God. Oh my God. I hate that.
Or they'll stand in front of you and then I'm like, excuse me. Like, oh, you can see me?
Right.
Yeah.
And he'd be like, come on, yo. And I had to ask. I'm like, what you doing? He was like, oh man, I couldn't tell. And my friend was like, man, he's waving 3 fingers in your face, bro. I don't know what he's doing. And I'm like, come on. Like, people, do not ask us how many fingers are you holding up?
You're not an
optometrist.
optometrist.
Really just want to know our vision. Like, come talk to us. Like, ask us how much can we see.
No, it's freaking childish.
It really is. It's disrespectful.
It is.
It can be, but I'm gonna play on the other side of it. Some people might have the curiosity.
No.
I mean, because
no. Well, then I'm telling people now. That curiosity needs to be honed in a different way. It is disrespectful to go and ask a person, how many fingers am I holding up? That is disrespectful.
Right. Just all out ask, what can you and can
that's what I'm talking about.
Yes.
It's okay to ask
let's just have the
that's what I'm talking about. Exactly. Let's just have the conversation. And just ask me what I can and what I can't. Do not ask me how. Yeah, no, don't
put your fingers in my face.
Well, here's this one too. If you're gonna ask me what I can and can't not see, don't argue with me and telling me you can see that or
that too.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Because that gets annoying.
Or don't get butthurt if you be like, you don't recognize my voice. I'm sorry.
Okay. That is another one. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
What's I got on it? Because I'm like, I can't stand with people like, you can't recognize my voice. Like, look,
that's when they just walk up to you and they expect that not only they think you can see them, but you're just supposed to know everything. You're supposed to,
and especially if we ain't talked in like umpteen years.
But even if I talked to you yesterday or the day before and I don't know you, your voice is not going to stick to my memory like that.
Right.
Not right
just
away.
Got one of those Pee Wee Herman voices or something.
Or just a high squeak. Like, but if your
Michelle
voice, what I'm saying? And you got to think about, you might be in an echo hallway, right? Mm-hmm. At work.
In a crowded room.
And be like, hey, yo, you remember
traffic?
Me?
Yeah. Like, but also remember, it's an awkward situation because now, do you want me? I instantly, and people, I always forget that I'm blind, but other people are not, and so my facial expressions instantly give away.
Oh, that's funny.
And so when they're asking that, my face instantly cringes up, and I'm like, do we really want to go here? Because here's the thing. What am I supposed to do? Oh, John, no. Oh, Mary, no. Oh, Sue, no. Well, who
are you? Who are you?
How long do you want to play this game? And are you not embarrassed that I don't know your voice and you're just going to keep saying it over and over again? Because I'm embarrassed that I keep having to say it over and over again.
So if you know the blind person's name, just say, hey, Joe, this is me, Steve. How you doing today?
Yeah, exactly.
It's okay to say, hey, this is me.
Avoid an awkward. Don't make an awkward situation even more awkward.
And then you could say, hey, do you remember me? And I'm sorry, you might not get the right answer. I might say, dang, I don't remember you, Steve, but it's good to see you again today, my guy. How you doing?
Mm-hmm.
Like it might happen, it's okay.
Yeah.
So, I just want to go back to the thing, because who was it? One of you said about somebody waving their hand.
Oh, the 3 fingers in the face. Yeah, we still on it. This is the whole thing. Yeah.
I just want to say, because I just want to bring up a story. I was in a grocery store with my sister, and often I just stay behind the basket and, I was letting her go do her thing because I'm like, just leave me right here. I'm not about to go trying to find this with you. So I was sitting and I had a book on. So I was, in my own little la la land, right? Well, my sister walks up and this lady was waving her, hello. And she was waving her hand in my face. Like, just like right in my face. And when she started waving, then of course I felt, I was like, wait, what? And so, but at the same time, my sister's walking up and my sister was just like, get away from my sister. And then she was like, she is blind. And the lady was like, well, it's not like she has a sign on her forehead. I mean, we were about to brawl in the store. Okay. Because the lady, but the thing was, she kept saying, excuse me, because I was standing in front of where she needed to look. I was up right on the side of the aisle. But because I was in La La Land, I didn't hear her saying, excuse me, and she was probably saying it in normal tone. But that still was disrespectful of her to just start waving her
even
finger
then,
in
she could have assumed that, like, you could have been hard of hearing.
Yeah.
Anything. Like, you know, like,
yeah, and so
handle it differently. Touch me on my. I mean, I'm okay with somebody just tapping me on my shoulder or something. Not everybody is, so don't touch everybody.
Don't touch me.
But, yeah, but I'm okay. Just if you want to get my attention that way, you know.
But that made me think of, okay, so when we were saying it's disrespectful, right? That was disrespectful in a different way, but the other people doing it, trying to play. How many fingers do I have? But in that sense, when people don't know you, because that we just talked about this earlier, I don't look blind, right? Mm-hmm. My eyes look like there's nothing wrong with my eyes. So I'm just sitting there so this person actually thought I was pretty much ignoring her, or like, what, dang, that's
maybe she thought she was spaced out or something.
I don't know, but
that's what it sounds like. Yeah.
But the thing was, what it brought to my attention when she said, well, it's not like she has a sign on her forehead. So I kind of, even though I didn't like the fact that she was waving her hand in my face, but I had to kind of bring it down a notch because I don't have a sign on my forehead that says I'm blind. Right. I did not have my cane with me. How is she supposed to know? Yeah. So
that's why we tell people to keep their canes with them.
Yes. The identifier.
The
right?
identifier,
exactly.
Right? Because we can't go through that,
Yes. If I would have had that cane, so her waving her hand in front of me, although, she still should not have been, I kind of get it. What else was she supposed to do?
Right. I mean, I get that because, like, I'm always in the store with my kids and they'll always try to pull me out of the way from somebody else. And I'm like, no, don't move me. They see me. Let them go around,
Exactly.
Like, why do I
Especially
have to always be the polite one,
Yeah.
So let them say, excuse me, and then I'll move over. But don't just all of a sudden start ducking and diving me and, weaving me through their traffic. I'm trying to shop too. Like, I'm not moving.
Exactly.
Well, that and when they pull you, that could throw you off track too.
Yeah.
Off balance.
Exactly. That sure can. But all right, you guys, that was a great discussion. Thank you guys so much for joining.
For the listeners out there, for my sighted folks, as y'all see, hey, we live life like y'all. We are adventurous. We can hear.
Yes.
We speak. So it's okay to talk to us.
We look nice too.
Yeah,
we love to match.
Exactly.
We love each other, so we having babies out here, so we are parents. You know what
I'm saying?
We
apparently we love to get dropped in the middle of the forest for some camping on our own.
Hey, because I'm a soldier, baby. I'm a true soldier. Come get with me. And don't you wave your finger in my face.
Please not do.
It's okay to say, hey, this is me.
Don't walk up. Yep. Don't walk up on me talking about who is this. Because I'm going to say, I don't know.
Just know sometimes your voice don't always sound the same. You might have a cold. So no, I'm not going to always be able to recognize your voice. Hey, it is what it is.
Just because my outfit looks better than yours today, it just means you need to up your fashion.
Yes. Come to my level, baby.
Real talk. And y'all all remember when they brought out these smartphones, not everything's smart. So, we all know technology. So stop playing.
Exactly. Oh, this reminds me though, guys. So this list that we just read over, right? It brought up so many other stuff. So best believe we will have another roundtable with certain things because I'm not going to say them now, but I could think of so many other things that we want sighted people to know. But I also want to do one more thing because we have not had any sighted people at our table. So if there is any sighted people that would like to come to the table and kind of share your experience, or when we say things that we go through our list, what are y'all thinking? Like, can you relate to what we're saying? Can you understand why we're saying the things we're saying? Please.
Or maybe we might be too extreme with our thoughts. Let's talk about it.
Tell them to make it plain. Like, why do you think we can't hear?
Yeah, let's talk about it.
So info@blindtabletalk.com if you would like to come to the table. But that reminds me, my daughter one time, she listened to the last one we had, you guys, with the the thing sighted people need to know, right?
Like, dang, what y'all want?
No, she called me and she was like, what the hell do you guys really want? She's like, 1 minute it's this, 1 minute it's that. I don't know what to do with you guys.
You don't want me to take you down the steps. You don't want me. Okay, like, you know what?
You don't want me to do this.
So funny.
Yeah, and she just called, but it was funny because she actually listened to it and then she called. So I was like, you know what? It would be cool to have some sighted people here to kind of give us your perspective on what we talking about. Because you never know.
Sighted bashing, y'all. We love y'all.
No, come to the table.
It's all about inclusion and how to interact amongst each other, baby. We all human. Let's just be for real,
Yes.
So come sit down and talk with us.
Thank y'all.
Blind Table Talk, yeah.
And welcome to our BVI Company segment. Hey, what you got for today, Sassy?
Well, yes, thank you all for tuning in for this awesome segment because we have our amazing company right here that provides some services for our BVI community. And I have the honor of introducing to you all Mr. Idan Mayer, who is the co-founder of the company right here. Welcome, Idan.
Welcome, Mr. Idan. Thank you for sitting down with us.
Thank you so much. I'm excited. It's a pleasure to be here. Thank you so much.
Yes, indeed.
Yes. So, Mr. Idan, I am just so impressed with right here and the capabilities that it has, but I know there are many that may not know what right here is. So if you can just kind of give us a little bit of background about yourself and then introduce right here to our listeners, that would be awesome.
Of course, of course. So thank you again. My name is Idan, and I'm the co-founder and CEO of Right Here. And Right Here is an audio format signage system or audible wayfinding system. And we're going to talk more about what that means in a few minutes, I guess. Mm-hmm. But our story begins almost 8 years ago, actually. And it begins with my own challenge of finding my way around. I'm this friend. I am sighted, but I have horrible times finding my way around. Guess what? This is everyone's challenge. And it's not unique.
Right.
It's not severe there, but and at the time, we were thinking, if we'll be able to solve my orientation challenges to those that have, again, more severe ones, we were thinking about the blind, visually impaired community, then ultimately we'll be able to solve it for everyone. So we decided to focus primarily on the BVI audience. Fast forward to today, again, I won't give you the whole story, a whole history of our 8 years, but fast forward for today, we're basically turned about 2,500 locations worldwide into more accessible environments. Again, primarily for the blind, visually impaired, but really for anyone, more specifically people with different orientation challenges. It could be cognitive, it could be sight, it could be even mental and language barrier, by the way, just imagine yourself in I can talk about a story I had in a Chinese airport a few years ago, but I mean, you might see the signs, but you cannot necessarily read them. And Saida and Joseph, there's two facts I always share. You're probably familiar with that, but I always share these two facts when I talk about right here. The first one is kind of known, I guess, for your listeners. Both of them will be known, but the first one is that you can find Braille signs everywhere you go in the country, right?
Right.
Small restaurants all the way to the biggest airports, hospitals, shopping malls, museums, you name it.
Right?
Hotels, exactly. Cruises, wherever you go, it's an ADA thing. You'll find them in the elevators, in public restrooms, etc.
Restrooms,
all around it.
ATMs.
Right? ATMs, yeah. Exactly, right?
Right.
So, and that's there because of the ADA, and ADA, I think, is celebrating 37 years this year.
Yes.
And that was a great, at the time they were asking, how can we make signs more effective for everyone? And the best idea in the room was, let's put Braille in it. And that brings me to the second fact, which I guess many of your listeners are aware of. Over 90% out of the blind community cannot read Braille at all.
Yeah.
That is the truth.
That's what it is.
Right? And I mean, you could probably say better than I do, for the 10% or less that can read Braille, finding the signs could be a challenge as well.
Yes.
Yeah, it can be difficult. Yeah.
Right. And then assuming you find a sign, we've heard that in the past 4 years since COVID, you don't necessarily want to touch them anyway.
Yeah,
Ain't that the
that is
truth?
true.
And
That is true.
assuming you've done that, you get a very limited amount of information, a lot of not even accurate. So all in all, it was a great move into the right direction. I'm glad it's there, and I hope it will stay there. But technology can do more, and I think there's more ways to complement that or complete that with audio format of the signs.
Right.
Everyone has smartphones nowadays to make it more effective.
Mm-hmm.
And that's exactly what Right Here is focusing. We're basically, the whole system, but it boils down at the end to an app, a free app for our
Yeah.
users to
Right.
download, Android, iPhone, and it gives them audio descriptions of the world around them.
Yes. So,
Wow,
Idan,
that's incredible.
yes. And then I have so many questions. So, and I just, I'm just excited to have you here because you know what they say about, straight from the horse's mouth, right? And
Right.
that's the
Yeah.
benefit of having
Real
you here.
facts.
Right.
You
And
know?
so, so the app, so we download the Right Here app on our phone, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now, one of the main things for me is how do we know who has or what buildings or locations have Right Here? Do we have to know
Yeah.
that in advance?
Good
Yeah,
question.
so that's a great question. We've been asked that many times. So yeah, the first step is to really download the app. And for those who don't have it yet, it's called Right Here, like hearing, H-E-A-R. So R-I-G-H-T-H-E-A-R. Hopefully we can possibly add links.
We definitely will add the
Yeah, we
links.
definitely
Yep,
will add the
that will
links
be
for
in our
sure.
description. Mm-hmm.
Awesome. So it's a free app. It's anonymous. There's no sign in. We won't ask your name. We won't ask your email or Facebook or anything like that. We
Oh,
don't
wow.
know anything about you. We keep your privacy yours.
Mm-hmm.
And once you download the app and open it up, there is a button there called nearby locations. And in this button, you basically find a list of all the nearby locations that have Right Here, from the one that is nearby all the way to the ones that are far away. Right Here is available outdoors and indoors. So for the outdoor, yeah, I mean, we're using GPS in the outdoors, so you can really use it everywhere, wherever you are. It's kind of, if you will, a Google Maps, but that been with accessibility by design, not as an afterthought user experience. You can find it, outdoors wherever you go, and then again through the list you can find what locations are accessible with their system. The app can help you simulate that location, so you can build some sort of a mental map before going there. We've heard that help build the confidence of actually going there by yourself. And then the app can ask you, how you like to get there with Uber, Lyft, or other tools, all the way, to that facility. And inside, again, I think the main value of Right Here is really in the indoor environment. There's, where you are, what is there, what's around you, and give you the special awareness needed to go there. Yeah.
And do you have to point and like aim, or this is automatically just once you pick the location, it just start telling you what's around?
So yeah, I mean, if I got your question right, Joseph, right? It does have a lot of explain, the difference between navigation and orientation, right? So with navigation, it's really is just like, you set in, take me to Joseph's office, right? And then turn right to left, turn right to left, you've arrived. This is not what Right Here is doing, at least not in the indoors. We do that in the outdoors, but in the indoors, we're actually providing a different type of experience, which is an orientation experience. It's, by the way, it's not better or worse. It's just a bit of different. It's more of like, think about us as signage, just as the signage. You just know where you are, what is it, what's around you. Yeah, maybe based on that information, you can navigate places. Absolutely. But the goal isn't necessarily take you step by step, certain places, but just to get the same equal experience as everyone else that go there.
Kind of to let you know you're going the right way.
Exactly. Right? Exactly. Yeah.
Nice.
Quick thought. I heard this. I am glad that you can confirm or deny. Sure. Is it true that it could be at some like bus stops in different at the bus stops and stuff, that it can be used there in different locations?
Yes. We haven't had project like this in the US yet, but we have it other places in the world. Okay. Yes, absolutely. So again, when you think about it as we also have some, different integrations with the different public transport information,
right.
What buses are coming in what hour in real time. But when you think about this, is really is talking signage system. Like there's so many signage around us. wherever we go, right? I mean,
right, yeah,
signs everywhere.
I cannot imagine really a world without signage, right? So
yeah, exactly.
so the point is really bringing these signs into, let them speak, let them talk. And again, this is not just helpful for the blind. Think about, we talked a little bit before the recording, about other orientation challenge that could be cognitive. You might see a sign, but you cannot necessarily read it.
Yeah.
Because of dyslexia or other cognitive disability, or you might see the sign and you can read well, but you just don't speak the language.
Right.
Right. Yeah. Being able to hear it in your own language, in your own pace.
Does the app translate?
Yes. Yeah. And we do that 35
good to know.
Yeah. 35 different languages. It's the most common languages in the world. So,
right. That is awesome.
And so these signs are already built into the database for whatever location that's collaborating with the right here.
Yeah.
Awesome.
You got it.
Awesome.
I want to share because I actually have experienced right here and I've utilized it. I've done some testing with it as well. One of the things that I like, and this is for companies, and we right here can be in any company, right? There's no limitations as to where it can be. So any companies that are listening, if you're interested in right here.
Yeah, sure. I mean, we have we've done all of McDonald's restaurants in Israel for the past 5 years. So nice. I usually give them as an example, not just because of the light of the brand, but because who needs a wayfinding system in a McDonald's, right?
Right.
So, but guess what? Sure. You do need that there. Like you do, the entrance, this is the counter, this is the restrooms, men, women, things of that sort. So from small facilities that I think we're very specialized in, all the way to the biggest, airports, hospitals.
Right.
At this point, we have in every sector, we have a few flags projects that I'm very proud of.
Yes. And what I like is that the messages or the directions can be tailored specifically for each location. So it's not like a generic direction that you're getting or it's not a general thing. If this building has a red pillar, it will say, there's a red pillar on your left, even though red means nothing to me, but it's still nice to know that this is a red pillar that I'm walking by,
You can use that for more information. So
yes, and it does. And even though I may not, see that red, I can still know, here's the pillar it just told me. Or it could say 10 feet, there's a red pillar on your left. And
that's a good landmark.
Yes. And so I love the fact that it can be, tailored to the different offices because it's not a one size fits all. It is a specific tailoring to the area you're in.
Yeah, and I can tell you there's a whole interface for the facility, to control, edit, and manage all these descriptions. And I must say, there are challenges right there. How do you really describe? I mean, we're all familiar with audio descriptions from movies, right?
Right.
And there's a profession for that. There are people who have been trained and practice of how to describe a movie for a blind, person. And here, how do we describe the environment? Do we say that it's red? Do we say that, talk about the there's a lot of thanks, some of our partners, in the field, we're making great know-how in this and building standards around it as well. And
Right.
Part of it.
Awesome.
I definitely think this is a great app for the BVI community and even for us. And the more that it's out there, the more that it would be, make our independence,
so much
grow.
Better.
Yes.
Just a quick download of an app, y'all, and it's just right there with the signs. It's beautiful.
But it's more than that, though, right? We can download it all day long. But if companies don't have it, if people are not using it, we are a part of a community that is a part of a larger community.
And that's completely spot on. I mean, one of the things we're operating in the US just 2 years now. And one of the things we've learned, I think our biggest insight, biggest breakthrough, if you will, we're learning the market in the past 2 years is that, in the first year, no matter what type of facility we were reaching out to, whether it's a hotel or a shopping mall or you name it, it always sounds like hey, Joseph, people who are blind or visually impaired having a hard time to find their room in your hotel. Hey, but Joseph, don't go anywhere. We have a great solution for you. Here's how it works.
Right.
Da, da, da. And the other
Yeah.
side, unfortunately, was always like, yeah, I don't think any blind people coming to my hotel.
Yeah.
That's
Of course they
so,
do, right?
that's so not true.
Yeah,
That was
not
tough.
true at all.
That was tough. And they were always thinking about us, okay, this is a company trying to sell something. And guess what? We did. We did try to sell them
Right.
something that we believe could help them. But,
Yeah. Yeah.
and then what we found that when these inquiries come from the community,
Right.
when we got several calls by now from hotels that, hey, I got this inquiry from a guest here who is apparently blind, and he mentioned your name and he mentioned that could help his experience. Is a customer. Tell me more. The whole dynamic is different. So that's something,
Yeah.
we cannot, like, we can be a great developer, but without the advocacy of the community, that will go nowhere. And
Absolutely.
that's super important to us. One of the things, one of the methods that's important to me, in this, episode of your podcast, bringing out is that, accessibility is not a feature for facilities to have. It's people's right.
Yes.
People's
Yes,
right.
sir.
Right. If they won't advocate for it, if they won't ask for it or won't fight for it, even,
Right.
it's not going to happen.
Yes,
It's not going to happen. So,
yes, absolutely. So then there you go right there. And this is what I want to let our listeners know. Try it out for yourself. You could just try it. But when you go to these different locations and facilities and you say,
gotta advocate for
you say, you know what, if this had right here, this would be great. So let them know when you're at that hotel, let that front desk know, hey, check out right here. You can go to their website, any of that stuff, because people just don't know. And there's a lot of people in the sighted community that don't know what's out there for us. So it's up to us to share what they can have that would help us.
And there's no reason why we can't make the experience better.
Yeah.
Exactly. And we have this again, and I invite all listeners to reach out to us. We have a group, a program, and a volunteers group. We call the Unlock, which, advocate for this. And there's great stories already of multiple locations became accessible, slowly because it's been requested by the community. It's people who, hey, that park would be great if it would be accessible, and it became accessible. That museum, that restaurant, whatever that is. So if you're listening to this episode and you want to do something, but you're not sure what your next step's going to look like, we have a great way of helping you with this. Just reach out to us and we'll give you all the tools and resources and guidance and group. There's a group around us that's doing that. So you're not alone doing this. So
yes, we will definitely put the links. And you just said something. Here's the thing. You know how there are times when we have to have, at the museums, somebody sighted. You have to pay an employee to come and navigate and assist us throughout the whole. But what if you had right here?
Exactly. Now we're able to walk through and just, audible.
Right here would make it to where we don't have to take away your employees from that. Right. We can do it ourselves if you have right here. And I think people need to invest in us.
And that's independence, right? Yes. That's independence right there. It's a whole different experience, right? That's what accessibility is all about. There's no human in the loop, not your employees, not anyone remote. It's you and the world, just like any other person. So,
inclusivity.
As it should be.
That's what it's all about. Inclusivity. Exactly. And I think that this is a great way to help us in our blind journeys, right? Just throughout and not only in US. I mean, you're everywhere.
Yeah, worldwide. So it's an awesome thing.
It's a free, again, completely free to our end users. You're listening to us indoors, outdoors, out of space, underwater, no small work, completely free, completely private. I can also share that for facilities, it's a very reasonable accommodation. It's not a big deal. I mentioned McDonald's earlier, so I can tell you that for a facility like McDonald's, which you can all imagine how big and complex it is, which is, you're looking at less than $400 a year. So it's. I mean,
are you serious? That's it?
It should be a no-brainer. Say that. It should be a no-brainer decision.
Oh my goodness!
Especially for these companies, yeah.
Right. Oh my goodness. People want to sit there and say that they are, inclusive of the disabled community. I mean, that's
Here's
a
your
good way
now.
to prove it there. Yeah. So Edan, let me because we are going to put the links as well, but sometimes people just want to hear it. Can you give the website and spell out your right here, because that could be confusing because there's a few here's, right?
Yeah.
So it's couple of I know our name. I know it's pretty confusing. It's right, RIGHT, like left and right, and then dash HEAR here, like hearing.com. So www.right-here.com. We call ourselves, I know today I have like ambivalent feelings with our name, but the reason we call our name Right Here is you're here where you are, but also a self-reminder for us as an organization that the right thing to do for us is to hear and actually listen to the community. We chat before whose idea was it to start with it. Today it's a community's idea. We're very much committed to the needs and feedback of the community. It's a very much community-driven app, I would say. So that's one of the reasons of the name. But
that is great.
That is awesome.
Yes, I love
really
that. Yes. Well, I am so happy.
We have a community, by the way, that is meeting every week online. So you're all welcome. It's Fridays, 1 p.m. Eastern. I guess that's 12 Central. Am I right?
Yes, it is.
Yeah, so it's just 30 minutes. It's, again, very much community-driven. Each time, anyone from the community talk about 5-10 minutes, and then the rest of the group is just Q&A around that. We bring some great people as well. So you're all invited.
That is awesome.
Let's build a community,
how do we find that? Where is that? Is that on the website?
Out to us. Yeah, I mean, we have also a community page on our website, but here's my email, right? I'm accessible. So
yes.
It's Edan, Idan, at, just like a website, RIGHT-HEAR.com.
Okay.
So there you go, listeners. No excuses, right?
No excuses. Demand is accessible.
Yes.
This program is here. It's out here, and
it's
all we
right
gotta do
here.
is just advocate for it. Let's build this community.
Thank
you, Edan,
so much,
for really
Edan.
sitting down and just providing this type of service, man.
Oh, thank you.
Yes, it is great. And listeners, please check out Right Here. We have the links in the description, and I mean, there's no excuses. Stuff is out here for us. Let's take advantage of it as much as we can, but more than that, let's share it with the people that can make a difference for us, and that is those companies, businesses out there. So
this is building our community, y'all.
Yeah, here it is. The whole movement. It takes a village, right?
Yes, it takes a village.
Yes.
Right here, right now, y'all. Let's go.
There you go.
Thank you so much, Edan.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Blind Table Talking.
Ooh, boy, I love sitting down with y'all beautiful ladies, man. That's what, and just trying to, up our awareness in this community. Like, man, there's so much more we could talk about on that, though.
Yes.
I'm glad we, we tackled those things, because that's actually different from the last list that we talked about. It was some different things on that this time. So,
yes, and we'll have some different stuff too, because we got more coming.
Yeah.
Thank you again to Edan with Right Here. I just hope that, it is all about advocating, y'all. So there's things that are out there for us, like the Right Here app and that service, but companies and businesses don't know about it, because if you don't know what you don't know, right?
Hey, so we gotta advocate and advertise for them, baby. Let's get these tools out here. Yes, indeed.
Yes. Thank you all, listeners, again for tuning in with us again this week. And we hope that you have a very, very beautiful week. Until next week, y'all.
Y'all already know. Until next time, be blessed, y'all.
Blind Table Talking.
Making my way downtown, walking fast, pacing fast as I go by.